Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to the March 19th regular meeting of the Zion City Council. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Here.
Commissioner Ryerson?
Here.
Commissioner Holmes?
Here.
Commissioner Fisher?
Here.
Mayor McKinney?
Here. Item number 3, Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Bremner, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Please join me in pledging allegiance to our flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Bremner. Leading us in prayer this evening will be Donna McDowell, the better half of our commissioner, Mike McDowell.
I love you all, but there is one that I tend to like a little bit more. So,
Understandable.
thank you for this honor, but we care very much about each one of you and very grateful for the way that you're leading our city. So I speak as a citizen, but I'm very grateful for all of you. So thank you very much. So let's look to God. Father, thank you so much that you care about all of the things that happen in this city. You care about the children in the schools. You care about the homes. You care about the businesses. And I thank you for these men and women, not just the ones sitting here, but those that serve the city in so many different ways. And I am grateful as a citizen that I live in a city that wants to honor you. And thank you that we can look to you and ask for your wisdom and to ask for your leadership. Keep our hearts humble so that we seek you each day of our life. And I pray that you would bless these men and women with wisdom tonight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Right. Thank you. Item number 4, are there any agenda changes by any of our commissioners?
Yes, I would like to remove item 9C as they no longer need this extension as the site work has begun. And then also look to remove 9F as this falls under our new threshold for RP.
All right, so is there a motion to remove items 9C as in cookie and 9F as in Frank? Motion by Frierson.
Second.
Second by Fisher. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Ryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. All right. I'm moving on to item 5, but I am looking for the information. Did you give me that? You gave it to me. All right, we have tonight, item 5, we have a special presentation for officer recognition. This is a resolution of commendation presented to Jonathan Myers for your dedication to and furtherance of the goals of the Zion Police Department and the City of Zion, Illinois, as well as your extraordinary effort over the past 2 years as a Zion Police Department training manager, for obtaining grant funding to enhance the Zion Police Department in order to serve the citizens of the City of Zion more effectively. This is an outstanding performance resolution of commendations for Jonathan Myers. And before we proceed,
Mr. Mayor, if I might, a few comments, just.
I was getting there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Slow your roll.
And my apologies for being late.
That'll be $50.
I know. Make sure my phone's up too. That'll be another thing. And so Don, come on up. You should, face the wrath of your peers here. So, Mr. Mayor, after you appointed me the chief of police, there were a number of things that I wanted to do and had to take a look at. And one of those things was managing the upcoming and current and then upcoming expectations of the state and what they required of us and our officers. This was a monumental task, and when I initially met with Sergeant Myers, he assured me he could handle it and wanted it, and that was enough for me, because I knew he could. But to put in simply, a number of the things that he's put together for us will include a lot of what he does is training, and we've discussed that, but the other part of his job is grant writing. The Bureau of Justice Assistance Grant, he obtained 12 new computers for us. I think we applied for just over $100,000. We received 12. That was our first iteration, we learned. And since then, we've only grown from there. The 2022 COPS grant, through Sergeant Myers' writing and capability of managing this whole portfolio of grant systems, which if you have any idea, it's a nightmare. We were able to obtain 5 additional positions fully funded. We were the highest funding per capita rate in the country based on this. We received, I don't even know, 1.7 million, something like that, through that work. It's allowed a number of our other officers to be proactive and address some of the initiatives that we've been working towards. To include reductions, what we've seen now over the last year or so, year and a half, reductions in crime rates and guns recovered have gone up. So we've been able, through those efforts of hiring more officers, we've been able to address the crime and the related issues on the street. Another thing was a FOID grant. We through the state of Illinois, the state police, we worked on a grant, got some funding from them to allow for officers to go out and address certain gun-related crimes, specifically. In 2023, we applied for, through John's Sergeant Myers' expertise now on these grant writings, the recruit and retention grant. We applied for about $360,000 of that. We were awarded $288,000, so we've gotten significantly better, as you can tell. First receiving only 10%, now receiving probably 85% of said grant. Some of those things that we requested in that grant, which we're going to discuss tonight on this agenda, includes a virtual training system. I don't know of any other one in the state other than what's in NIPSTA that allows for reactive and scenario-based training for our officers, where we can provide realistic, real-time training with feedback and meets all of our mandates. This is something that's really going to up our game in the quality of officers that we have here. So I thank you for that, John. Part of that, that recruitment and retention grant is also going to serve to, and through this virtual system, is going to serve to community connections with our Citizens Police Academy that we're looking to put together. And we've got Officer Manny Rivera, he's putting together a program for Citizens Police Academy, which we hope to launch and start sometime in May, which through that system we hope to engage with community members and teach them on what it is that we know and learn and how we do it and why. And that will hopefully break down some of these barriers of communication with members of our community and the police. One of the other things, and I'll be short here, as I know one of your dad's comments was, if you like to remember, sit down and shut up. But one of the other grants that he filed was the through the Secretary of State's office, retail theft grant. This was another grant that we didn't know if we'd get. We did get it because John wrote it well, and it's a grant to serve for cameras that could help our retail locations that are suffering from losses. So all of these things combined, I know when we discussed, we talked this training thing, that's a big component, and to manage all of the stuff that goes in for every one of our officers and the mandates that they have to do, John handles all of that. In addition to all that, he's been proving himself through this work product. So I just want to thank you, John, and Mayor, back to you.
I think you've said it all. I think we just need to give Sergeant Myers a big round of applause. And if we had someone, I think it'd be appropriate for our entire council to take a picture with Sergeant Myers. And also, just for the officers that are here, thank you for the work that you do in our community. I've said this to you a million times when I've talked to you individually, just how important it is for everyone to feel safe in our community. And we know the crime rate has decreased here with the work that you've done, the technology that we've implemented in our city, but it doesn't replace what you do in the community and making contacts with our residents. So thank you for being here and supporting your colleague too.
Yeah, you get in there.
I don't know about that. I don't know what to get on.
No, you stand.
I know.
We'll talk about it later.
And if we wanna, stop this way, so, yeah, there we go.
I don't know, I've already taken my 12. We're good.
All right, let's
Okay, okay, on the other.
Oh. And Sergeant, do you want to say a few words?
I can be quick and brief. It's gonna sound a little bit cliche, but it's the absolute truth. When I came to this department over 19 years ago, Sergeant Terry Richards, retired back there, was here. Believe it or not, it was one of the better lights in the department as far as personality goes. We came in at a time, and Chief knows this too, that it wasn't as much of a human element for the employees that it is now today. And it's the truth that I've done the work, and to take Sergeant Kent Vaughn's work advice from earlier, acknowledge what I've done, and I thank you for that. But it wouldn't be possible without the support from the chief, city council, mayor, director naval, all that stuff, because I can have all the ideas in the world and thought processes, but if somebody above me is not going to let me do it, we can't implement it. So it does take a whole team. And going up the common area road, when we first started here, it's for all these people back here that I do this for, because I know what it's like to be talked down to, not be respected by some people, and that's just not right. Our job is a human element for the people out in the public and within the building as well, so that's why I enjoy doing this, and I appreciate the opportunity to do so.
Properly reminded by the mayor here that my wife and daughter also.
Hey, Sergeant Myers, as I've had to tell Chief Barton repeatedly, you don't get old being a fool. That's why I want to include that. All right. Item number 6, we have citizens' comments. What about the guy on the podium back there? Does he have anything to say?
No comments tonight.
No comments tonight. All right. Moving on. Are you going to take that down or I have to look at that? Item number 7 is consent agenda. I like looking at it, Chief. You can leave it there.
Oh, just open the door.
Okay. All
Or at
right.
least crack it.
So photogenic. All right.
Approval of minutes of a regular meeting held on February 20th, 2024 at 7 p.m.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Frierson, second by Holmes. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0.
Point of order, I think we skipped citizens' comments.
No, we did not.
We did not?
No,
They weren't.
there weren't
There
any.
weren't any. Oh, okay.
Just the commentator in the back.
Just the guy in the back.
Just the guy in the back.
With the
Okay.
headphones on, and he's being
right.
very quiet.
Bills, vouchers 145384 through 145516, drawn on Huntington National Bank, total $886,800. cents.
Is there a motion to approve the bills?
I'll move to approve the bills.
Motion by Fisher,
Second.
second by McDowell. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. And now I have a proclamation for Veterans Day. Does anyone have the, there it is. I've got it. Oh, there you go, give me that, Jimmy. This is a proclamation of 7C for Veterans Day, whereas we observe the anniversary of the Vietnam War, we reflect with solemn reverence upon the valor of a generation that served with honor. And whereas we pay tribute to more than 3 million servicemen and women who left their families to serve bravely, a world away from everything they knew and everyone they loved. And whereas we honor all those who served on active duty in the United States Army Armed Forces and their families at any time during the period of November 1st, 1955 through May 15th, 1975, regardless of duty location. Whereas we draw inspiration from the heroes who suffered unspeakably as prisoners of war, yet who returned home with their heads held high. We pledge to keep the faith with those who are wounded and still carry the scars of war, seen and unseen. And whereas it is important to honor the men and women who survived the Vietnam War, as well as the 58,220 men and women who gave their lives. And whereas, while no words will ever be fully worthy of their service, nor any honor truly befitting their sacrifices, let us remember that it is never too late to pay tribute to the men and women who answered the call of duty with courage and valor. And whereas, let us renew our commitment to the fullest possible accounting for those who have not returned. And whereas, throughout this commemoration, let us strive to live up to their example by showing our Vietnam veterans, their families, and all who have served the fullest respect and support of a grateful nation. And whereas, as residents of the city of Zion, we must never forget the sacrifice of the men and women who fought in the name of freedom and democracy. And now, therefore, I, Billy McKinney, Mayor of the city of Zion, do hereby call upon all citizens to observe and recognize March 29th, 2024 as Vietnam Veterans Day in honor of those who have served, dated this 19th day of March, 2024. Is there
I'll
a
make a
motion?
motion.
Motion by Commissioner Fisher, who served,
Second.
and second by Commissioner Fryerson. Roll call, please.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 8, consider passing resolution as follows. 8A, supporting the construction of an educare school within the city of Zion per Mayor McKinney. And before we go to passing this resolution, I would like Tracy Mikasa, who is the Managing Director and Strategy of an Expansion, come forward and tell us a little bit more about the educare school that is coming to Zion.
Great, is this way, this way?
Oh, you can,
Whichever you prefer.
whatever you prefer.
Maybe I'll do a combination. I'm here on behalf of Start Early, which is a nationwide early childhood nonprofit that focuses on children from birth to age 5. And I'm thrilled to be at this point. We've had lots of assessment conversations over the past year or so with the Zion leadership. And we're just thrilled to be at this point to talk about a resolution to build an educare school in the Zion area. Educare is a nationwide model that was developed by Start Early, and that is a world-class research-based early childhood program that has improved children's outcomes in the youngest years through the time that they go to school and further education. And it's a model that's based on 4 different areas that focus on students. So this particular facility will have spaces for 174 children. In addition, it focuses Usually a third of the Educare buildings are focused on community spaces that are based on what the community is really looking for and supporting other early childhood professionals. And then the fourth area is just being a part of systems development. Everything that we do is based on improving the field of early childhood education so that more children and families can be supported. And we had talked about focusing on Zion and identifying that there's a lot of need within Lake County. There's a gap between the number of families that are looking for services and what actually exists. And in the Zion area, it was 82% gap for the youngest children from 0 to 3. So we're very excited about this possibility of partnering together. Star Early is committed to raising the funds privately to be able to support the construction of an Educare. And we're grateful if given the opportunity to be able to partner together to make this happen.
All right. Thank you very much, Tracy. So is there a motion to support the construction of this Educare school in the city of Zion?
Make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Holmes and second by Frierson. Questions or comments? I would just like to add my congratulations and thanks to you. And I know Dr. Diana Rauner, who I've met with several times, to see that this happens here. This has been a couple of year process. We visited some of the other sites in different states, and this is something that our kids really need here in the city of Zion. It will help them from an educational standpoint and preparing them for their future. And while this resource hasn't been available in our community for quite some time, it's needed right about now. So thank you for choosing the city of Zion and for working with us and bringing this very also important project here so that the kids now get that early education and the exposure to things that will someday lead them to be leaders within our community and in the world at large. So thank you. All right. You want to call the roll, please, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 9, consider passing ordinance as follows. 8A, abating the tax heretofore levied for the year 2023 to pay the principal of and interest on $288,251, taxable general obligation refunding bonds, alternate revenue source series 2017 of the city of Zion, Lake County, Illinois, per Administrator Nabel.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. This is, happy to say, our last debt that we have outstanding in the city of Zion. And this is actually through the TIF funds, so it's not even general debt. However, part of the bond requirements are that we put our tax levy as collateral against the bond unless we escrow the funds in advance. So basically, we set aside the principal and interest for 2024 in December of 23, and then once we do that, we do an abatement of those taxes so that none of those funds actually go onto the tax bills for any sort of debt service. So this is that abatement ordinance. I do have one minor correction on that. The amount on the Lake County tax rolls for the levy abatement is actually $291,133.51. So if a motion is made, I would suggest or request that it be approved at $291,133.51.
All right. All right, is there a motion to abate the tax?
I'll make the motion to a tax with the amendment to change the amount to $291,133.51.
And that's Fisher, is there a second?
Second.
Second by McDowell. Questions or comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item 9B is amending provisions of Chapter 56 of the Zion Municipal Code regarding liquor license classification within the city of Zion per Mayor McKinney. Is there a motion to amend the provisions of Chapter 56 of the Zion Municipal Code regarding liquor license classification.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Holmes,
Second.
second by McDowell. Questions or comments? Administrator, would you like to make any additional comments about this?
Sure, this is just giving some more clarification to our liquor licenses. Years ago, we adopted, video gaming became available in Illinois, and our liquor licenses did not classify the difference between types of liquor licenses that we could have within our code to reflect the implementation of that at the state. So this clarifies that by creating new licenses, grandfathering all existing businesses under their current operations, but being more specific going forward on the classification language. And then there's the other primary change, other than just some wording for spelling out some terms, is the removal of specific amounts and properly giving the authority for any liquor license additions under the authority of the city council.
Okay. We have some questions? Questions or comments before we take?
Yeah, I had a question about the process. So with us striking the number of explicit amounts per license, what's that operational flow for when new requests come in?
So anyone, just like planning and zoning, all of our other commissions, anyone can apply for licenses. Basically, the standard right now is we do not have any available. Having the specific amounts basically creates confusion and problems for if a business closes, there's one static out there, or should a business want to come in and there's specific amounts, now we don't have more available to allow for further economic development. So eliminating that confusion of that basically takes it on a case-by-case basis where they could apply, the liquor commission then basically vets the business plan, the requirements, make sure the requirements of each of the license classes are met, and then it goes with a recommendation to city council at that point, should they decide to add or not on each individual project.
Thank you.
Any other additional comments or questions? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor King?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 9D, approving and authorizing a redevelopment agreement by and between the City of Zion and Dukas Enterprises Limited per Administrator Nabel.
Thank you again, Mayor and Commissioners. Dukas Enterprises, a long-standing business in Zion, came in with a TIF request for $35,000, not to exceed $35,000 for signage as part of a larger expansion project for the business, parking lot, additional bays, things of that nature, as is spelled out in the business plan. So as you just talked about, we have the TIF commission, which vets this entire process out and asks questions on the application. And based on that process, staff and the TIF board of review recommend approval of the economic incentive agreement as presented with Dukas Automotive Ltd. in an amount of $35,000.
Is there a motion to approve and authorize the redevelopment agreement with Dukas Enterprises?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Fisher
Second.
and second by Holmes. Questions or comments? I know they've been in our community for quite some time, and George has been very active in trying to promote business and help the city with a lot of things, so that's good for Dukas Enterprises. And all right, we have first and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor King?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 9E, authorizing and approving a power maintenance agreement with GenServe per Administrator Nabel.
Thank you again, Mayor and Commissioners. Since both our Finance Director, Chris Conway, and Chief Street are out today, I get to handle their items. So you have before you a maintenance agreement. Generator maintenance has been a long-needed item within the city. So what you have before you actually covers Fire Station 1, Fire Station 2, and the ESDA Center maintenance agreement in the amount of $4,976.64. And I would recommend approval as presented.
All right, is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by McDowell,
Second.
second by Holmes. Questions or comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 9G, authorizing and improving the disposal of surplus property, discarded and damaged bicycles per Chief Barton.
Did we miss
Thank
one?
you.
Missed one.
No,
No, item F was
That was
removed.
the agenda change that was,
Yep.
yes.
CPR is stricken because the purchasing amount.
That was one of the agenda changes. Commissioner. All right. All right.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and Commissioners. The city and police department have collected discarded and damaged bikes for years. There was once a program that sold many of the bikes back in a public auction format. This program was beneficial for a time, but this has been discontinued for years now. Since that time, we have continued to collect bicycles. We now have a significant amount in storage. I don't even know, I can't even estimate. It's a lot. Staff have researched and located a not-for-profit organization called Working Bikes based in Chicago that will recycle or reuse our donated bikes. I've included an annual report and receipt acknowledgement for your review. Working Bikes, NFP, works to provide training, education, and a decent bike for transportation to many people, both here in the U.S. and abroad. I respectfully request approval to donate the entire collection of bicycles and storage to Working Bikes of Chicago. Working Bikes will be responsible for the collection and haul away of all bikes in this donation.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by McDowell,
I'll second.
second by Fisher. Questions or comments?
I think it's a very worthy cause. I read through the documentation, and they do good work, so good catch.
30% of the bikes are retained here in the U.S., and then about 70% are sent abroad and after repair, and they create transportation opportunities for people.
It's good.
All right. Any additional questions or comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 9H, authorizing and approving the purchase of products and services, interactive training equipment for the Zion Police Department from Veritra Inc. per Chief Barton.
Again, thank you, Honorable Mayor and Commissioners. This is an item I spoke of earlier. I've instructed our staff to seek out and apply for available grants. The Zion Police Department was awarded this grant specific to recruitment and retention. Within the grant application, we applied for a Veritra V180 training simulator. The system is a state-of-the-art modern training platform that will assist with the development and training of all Zion police officers. Additionally, the system would be used during the Citizens Police Academy as well as other related community development opportunities. The system is a standalone proprietary product developed and sold by the Veritra company. Therefore, I respectfully recommend and request waiving the bid process and approving this no-match, fully grant-funded equipment. The total cost is $262,313.08. A copy of the quote and product list is attached for your review.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by McDowell,
Second.
second by Holmes. Questions or comments? Coach Barton. You've changed from a chief to a coach.
Some days.
This program is outstanding. I've had a chance when going down to the Illinois Municipal League to do some scenarios, run through scenarios on this. And I think with the training academy that you're talking about with the citizens, it will give our residents a good opportunity to see what our force has to respond to in real time, and how important the training that all of the officers go through, how it comes in and how this helps. So this is a tremendous benefit for us to have this here, and I'm sure that will lead to opportunities where other departments will come and utilize this equipment as well.
We are exploring that already.
Okay. Great job. We had a first and a second. Any other questions or comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 9I, authorizing and approving the use of zones by the Zion Police Department on behalf of the City of Zion per Chief Barden, not Coach Barden, Chief Barden.
Again, thank you, Honorable Mayor and Commissioners. With the continued advancement of technology, I have seen an increased need and use of unmanned flying aircraft, or drones, within the city of Zion for law enforcement purposes. All flying of drones within the city of Zion by ZPD officers will be done so within accordance of all state and federal regulations and guidelines. Additionally, all operators will be required to pass all FAA requirements prior to flight. That's both the certification and individual time of flight request. I respectfully request the council approve and adopt the ordinance as presented.
All right, is there a motion for the authorizing and approving the use of zones? Moved. Motion by McDowell,
Second.
second by Holmes. Questions or comments?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions, Chief. How many pieces of equipment do you expect to field? Because I imagine you'll be, once you get this approval, the next step is going to be obtaining the equipment. So what are we looking at?
I am looking at two specific drones, DJI's M30T. They are fairly robust units. They have capabilities of attachments to them, to which we would include a speaker and a flashlight. They're a thermal camera, which can be used during the day or at night. The Zion Police Department has specifically requested the use of drones, of which we don't own, through neighboring agencies, to search for people that are missing, have gone away from an incident, whether it was an act of violence towards them and they ran away from it, or a missing endangered person. So these specific drones, we're looking to purchase two of them. Typically, as they say in law enforcement, if you have two flashlights, you really have one, because one's going to break. It's just how it goes. But the intent is to purchase two of them and get them up and running. We have a school for the officers. I want to say it's a couple weeks from now.
Okay. And are you looking to have qualified operators available on every shift, or would you have to call somebody in for a special duty?
So
to do
the
that?
intent is to have these drones available in the cars with the officers. Well, first iteration of this will be, because it's a cost associated with the training, will be 3 certified pilots, and then we'll expand that to probably 6. That way we get a coverage across the department.
Okay. And probably one final thought. What does it cost to get that certification?
For the 3 that we're looking at, it's about $2,800 for the course and certification costs pertaining to the FAA.
Okay. Thank you.
Just real quick clarification, the purchase of the drones is planned out of the IPRF, our workers' comp safety grant as well.
Okay.
So they have a specific line item
Specific line item for
public safety drones, that's a permissible use of that. So it'll be coming out of that grant that we get through our workers' comp provider.
Good. Thank you.
Chief, you mentioned the possibility of locating missing persons. Does this technology have the imaging, nighttime imaging?
It does, yes.
What's the proper phrase for it?
Thermal.
Thermal.
Yeah. There's a FLIR is a brand name, but thermal imaging is what it's called.
And are we going to name this this unit going to have a special name?
We're not talking about that, I don't think.
No, okay, just curious. All right. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Bryson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0.
That's not an official name, you know.
Yes.
Something when pigs fly, I guess.
Item number 9J, authorizing and approving enhanced security measures to be taken on city property located within the city of Zion. Per Chief Barton.
Again, thank you, Honorable Mayor and Commissioners. In light of some recent events, there's been some escalating levels of violence being sought or seen across the country in respect to members of council or gatherings like this. And I respectfully recommend adoption and approval of an ordinance providing enhanced security measures to be taken on the city of Zion property.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by McDowell,
Second.
second by Holmes. Questions or comments?
Chief, what would those enhanced security measures look like?
Well, that's up to this council to decide on how we'd like to approach that. My recommendation would to be at least initially put up signage that identifies that the city of Zion reserves the right to search any bags or items that could contain weapons or some articles of whatever. So start with that, and then we can have mobile, like handheld metal detectors if we decide if there was something of contentious nature presented to council.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor King?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 9K regarding surplus property, owned 45YJ standby generator in the police department per Chief Barton.
My goodness.
Jiminy Christmas.
No. Thank you again, Honorable Mayor and Commissioners. I am requesting this council to declare an old and unusable generator as surplus property to properly dispose of this equipment. The generator previously served the Zion Police Department facility approximately 20 years ago. It was since moved to storage and is no longer serviceable. If this request is approved, we will work with Jeff Penich at Fleet Maintenance to find a vendor willing and able to either sell, recycle, or dispose of the property. The generator is identified as below with the Onan 45DYJ standby generator with that model and serial number listed.
All right, is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by McDowell,
Second.
second by Fisher. Questions or comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor King?
Aye, motion carries. Item number 9L, authorizing the lease of property located at or about 0 Green Bay Road, Michelle's Pipeline, Inc., for parking and or construction-related activities per Director Ianson.
Thank you, Your Honor, Commissioner. Nichols Pipeline Inc. is requesting to lease 2 parcels for employee parking located behind the CVS for the construction for the renewable natural gas processing facility at the landfill. They agreed to lease both properties for $1,000 a month. We anticipate the project will last from March 25th through November 25th. They'll provide toilets and trash cans for employees during the duration of the construction. Upon completion of the project, they'll provide surface aggregators and regrade the lots to the original condition.
All right, is there a motion to approve the lease of property?
So moved.
Motion by Frierson,
Second.
second by Holmes. Questions or comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor King?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 10, discussion, authorization, and approval. 10A, consider approval of construction management services regarding Fire Station 2 RFP per Administrator Nabel.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. For those who have seen it or are aware of it, our Fire Station 2 is in dire need of maintenance and repairs to the point where it does not make sense to put more money into that project because it's old, outdated facility, and we'd just be throwing good money after that. So we started the process of planning for demolition of that station and construction of a new station, not in that order. But the first step of that is actually going out to get a proposal for construction management services. The construction management will then help us navigate architect selection, bid processes, design work, and then actually bid on the construction itself, and then oversee, be out there day-to-day, boots on the ground, make sure they're giving us the materials, they're doing the work in accordance with the specs that they're supposed to. Basically monitor and oversight that the entire process beginning to end. We received 5 responses back. As you see, we weighted our responses based on their approaches and their fees. That being said, we would recommend awarding the construction management services to Camosi as presented. We're looking to try and get this process started going immediately. We'd like to have an architect selected by the end of this year, with construction starting in spring of next year to be completed in spring of 2026. So it's a kind of a tight timeline, but we've got, that we also requested timelines as part of the proposal, and they all fit that same kind of schedule. So we're hoping to have some good news coming up here soon on input and design of a new station.
All right. Is there a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion by McDowell, second by Fisher. Questions or comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 10B, tabulation of bids, cleaning and maintenance services for City Hall, Police Administration, and Public Works per Director Ianson.
Thank you, Your Honor. The city received 2 bids, both were responsive bidders for the cleaning and maintenance service for City Hall, Police Administration, and Public Works. Chi-Town Cleaning Services, $45,360. Multi-System Management, $47,856. Staff is recommended to reject all bids and re-advertise for the cleaning and maintenance services.
All right, is there a motion here?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Frierson,
Second.
second by McDowell. Questions or comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 10C, consider approval of proposal from Burke Engineering Services to assist with completing the city's required lead water service line material inventory per Director Roberts.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and Commissioners. Attached is the proposal from Burke Engineering to assist with completing the city's required lead water service line material inventory. Burke Engineering will assist with the development of a water service line material inventory, development and implementation of a lead line replacement plan, public notification, and educational materials. Staff requests and recommends approval of the proposal for professional engineering services from Burke Engineering in the amount of $45,310. The proposed contract is a budgeted item within the fiscal year 24 water fund. However, staff has submitted an application to the IEPA lead service line inventory uniform grant. The grant, if approved, will provide $50,000 to pay for the proposal.
Okay, is there an emotion here?
So moved.
Motion by Holmes,
Second.
second by McDowell. Questions or comments?
I do have a question. I'm looking at the memo from Burke Engineering. The inventory is due April 15th.
It is, however, if we get approved with this grant, the uniform, IEP uniform grant,
Okay.
they have been extending those to September 15th. So that's why we're hoping that gets extended also. If it's not, we can still turn in what is required. However, everything that we have not fully inventoried will become an unknown, which will become a lead line service in there
Okay.
on the inventory, until we get it actually inventory.
Okay.
And Director Roberts, how much of this survey has been completed already?
We have completed, in-house, we've completed pretty close to 70%. Now 30% left is mostly in the older part of town. That is roughly right around 2,500 residents. So it's still a good amount of inspections that we need to complete, which this will help us do that. Along with this, they are going to generate a GIS map where citizens can go online and check their address and see if it's been inventoried or not, and what the inspection found. So,
Yeah, and this has been a national program too. I think it was maybe last year I went to Washington DC when they announced to get the lead out program at the White House. And there's been a lot of money provided to municipalities throughout the United States to remove lead pipelines, and most of the lead pipelines most of the remaining large percentage of them remain in the Great Lakes states. especially in some of the bigger cities like Chicago and some of the neighborhoods that are underserved. So the federal government, they're trying to make sure that this is taken care of and trying to get all the lead pipes out by, I want to say 2026, or maybe just a little bit later. But this has been a big program that's been rolled out. And the most difficult portion of the program right now in Chicago and some of the cities has been citizens letting the government officials or the water department into their places. And they're trying to get the lead out so that people can have healthy, safe drinking water. So kudos on getting additional help with this, but being a part of the Great Lakes St. Lawrence Cities Initiative as a board member and former chair, I know how important this is in getting lead out, and that we've been so proactive in taking care of it prior to this. So
Well, I think Chicago is, last I saw, they're sitting right around 400,000 identified lead lines that have to be replaced.
yeah,
Right now, we're at right around 70%, like I was saying. We have found 6. However, we are still anticipating the good amount that we're probably going to find because we're looking at the older part of the town now.
and it's a pretty simple process.
Yes, we are in the process also. I'm hoping by next week or the following week, we are putting together flyers that will go to specifically those 2,500 customers left, that will show and identify how they can identify themselves and then contact us. So we're going to be sending that out in addition to with this program. And then once we finish this and get this turned in, we were actively looking at some funding issues that may support with any future replacement. And the replacement from EPA, which is, I believe, 2025, 2026, and 2027 is when they want to have all the replacements.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, I don't think it's going to be any problem with hitting that goal, but somebody like Chicago,
They've got their work cut out for them, yeah. Okay. Oh, we had a first and a second. Any additional questions or
did that
comments?
answer your question there?
Oh, yeah.
Commissioner Fisher?
You're good.
All right. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries. Item number 11, the motion carries 5-0. Item number 11, departmental commentary. Director Ianson, as spring is approaching.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, we have received a lot of calls with the nice weather about yard waste pickup. I'll remind everybody, Waste Management no longer offers the lead bag program. Yard waste will have to be disposed of in either craft brown bags or 30-gallon waste cans, yard waste cans. That program starts April 1st and you pick it up from November 1st.
And that's an every week program?
Yes.
Okay, and that is probably on our website as well, and we can put that out on the different social media sites?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Director Roberts?
Hi again there, sir. As you may well know, Sheridan Road has been closed. They are well on schedule with that project, the state is. Our temporary water main has been installed. They're working on testing right now. I think tomorrow we have a scheduled test on it. If it passes, that will start to get put into service, which then we will cut out the old main and then wait for them to put in a new culvert that's 50 feet deep in the ground, and then replace our new 8-inch water main. The other project we have going on within the city is the city's own. We're replacing over 3,000 lineal feet of 1928 water main. You remember that, don't you, sir?
I do. I was there when it was installed.
The contractor right now is right around 60% complete with that. With the installation of the new main, Once they get that all in the ground, which I'm anticipating by the end of next week, they'll start testing all those new lines. And then the following week through the end of, to April to May, they will start attaching the new service lines to that new main. There may be some disruption when they take customer's old line off and attach it to the new, but it shouldn't be no more than maybe an hour. But we may see a little bit of a disruption there.
And that's the 29th Street project, are you?
It's 29th, 28th, up by 27th.
Yep.
Running through the alleys in between there and that diagonal grass area there between 28th and 27th.
Yep. The Park District. That
Park
Park
District,
District,
we have
yep.
a main running through there too.
Okay,
So I,
all right. Chief Barton?
We've had enough tonight?
Not yet.
All right. A couple things, just, one, I thank you, this council, for the support that we've had over the years, and I think our presence of the officers here kind of shows that, so I thank you, and I think they do as well. One of the officers, secondary to that, one of the officers has started doing a coffee with the cop. If you want to get up early in the morning, he's been doing it at McDonald's. I don't have a rotation when he's doing it, but if you want to get up early, go to McDonald's.
And what time is that?
Before I get up, I think. I don't know. We'll put it on our Facebook, so we'll advertise it. I believe it's up there now. We'll advertise it.
Okay, all right. Administrator Nabel?
My turn. Well, I'm guessing this was a subtle reminder by Supervisor Neal to let everyone know that with spring coming, zinnias are the official flower of Zion, and we have, for anyone who wants them, we have seeds here at City Hall. We give them out if people come in and pay their water bills, but also that at the Zion Public Library, they now have a free seed library available to the public, not just for this, but for anyone who wants to grow their own food and small gardens in their yards. Seeds are available. Food needs are definitely a concern for some people. So those are over at the Zion Library and the Seed Library. I don't remember the name of the organization. Was it? Oh, yes. The Buzz organization works in partner with, I think it was Coalition and the library. Yeah. To get those all donated and stocked up. So make sure to check that out. Also, speaking of partnerships, we will be doing a tour. The taxing body group has reached out to Carthage College actually for a marketing and branding curriculum. They do every year. They look at organizations and help them with marketing projects, rebranding of their companies, things of that nature. Through our relationships with them, they're actually looking at doing that project for Zion as part of their curriculum. So we went and presented to the class, did a 2-hour panel with them. We're actually, the high school is loading us one of their buses to go pick up the students, and actually we're going to do a tour through Zion tomorrow for them to learn about Zion, see what they're actually doing. They're digging into the history of Zion, and we're showing them all the good and the bad that goes with it to be transparent, so they know exactly how to approach this. And they put together an entire marketing package for us, so it benefits them for the curriculum, and it also saves us some money to get some people that are studying in this field get their input. So if you see a school bus riding around tomorrow with a bunch of students on it that do not look like grade school students, give us a wave. But it's a good project, and continue expanding our boundaries on promoting Zion and the good things that are here.
All right, thank you, Administrator Nabel. Commissioner McDowell?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank the department heads for all the work that they've done. You really did. I think Chief Barr did about half of this is yours. So, thank you. you for putting it all together. You probably noticed we didn't ask a lot of questions, and that's because of the hard work that our department heads do to put all this information together for us. We've had a chance to review, and when we come to the meeting, we're ready to go. So thank you all for all this work. Appreciate it. Oh, and happy Easter to everybody.
What do you say?
All right. All right, man, a few words.
Nothing from the mayor.
All right.
Well, as you know, I mean, astronomical spring is just a few hours away here, so we're
Yes.
getting ready to turn the clock. I hope everybody had a chance to go out and vote today. Today was election day. And just a reminder, you know, we get to do it all again in November, so gear up and get ready for that. So that's all I got for right now.
All right. I don't have anything today, so we'll move on to, why are you eyeballing me? Was there something I was supposed to bring up? Oh, Trustee Holmes, she was.
Nothing for me.
She had nothing.
Nothing.
The guy in the back, do you have anything to say on the speaker?
He's on mute.
He's on mute, yes. So for all of you wondering what that big head is, what's today, the 19th? 17 days ago, Northwestern University retired my basketball jersey. It's the first jersey in the history of the school that's ever been retired. It's quite an honor. And at the game, they had big heads of me in different poses. One with my radio set on, and the ones that I liked best was the ones when I had hair many years ago, and I was about 30 pounds lighter. But this is
I
one.
tried getting one off of one of the students that was walking after
Yes.
the game, and he wouldn't surrender
Yeah,
it. So
and I saw
And that's a lot.
I saw the chief assault a kid to get that one, so he's looking for you down on campus. I just want you to know that. Anyway, number 12, announcements. On March 29th, the city offices are closed for the holiday. I want everybody to have a great holiday and safe holiday. On April 2nd, at 7 o'clock, there will be a Zion City Council meeting, the first and third Tuesday of every month. We appreciate people coming out, and always bring friends or your neighbors so that they can know what's going on in their city and have some input. April 16th at 6 o'clock, there's a Zion Township Board meeting, which there was tonight, and followed up by a Zion City Council meeting at 7 p.m. on April 16th. Item number 13 is closed session pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2, open meetings for the discussion of filed, pending and/or probable or imminent litigation, sale or purchase of real estate, collective bargaining, legal counsel, and personnel. You don't have to stay for closed session, so is there a motion to go into closed session?
So moved.
Second.
Fisher was the motion, and Holmes and Frierson were the second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Holmes?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor King?
Aye, motion carries. We will come back out after closed session and have a couple of items that we have to vote on. So thank you for coming this evening.
No, we gotta go back there.
yeah.
Absolutely.